anything you're afraid of? What are they, and how did you adapt to them? Think about it. Maybe you have a fear of spiders, public speaking, failing your exams, heights, or maybe it's something that you can't really put into words. Well, before I go any further, can someone tell me what is the definition of fear? Fear is the most ancient and powerful emotion in human existence, as it directly correlates to our survival instincts, tracing back to our ancestors who used fear as a survival tool to run away from predators. Psychologically, fear is defined as a protective, primal emotion that evokes a biochemical and emotional response. Biochemical responses are universal and physical. When your brain detects a threat, it signals the adrenal glands to release adrenaline, a fast hormone which acts as a chemical messenger, causing faster heart rate and breathing rate, a change in the direction of blood flow, mainly towards the limbs, and intense alertness. This is also known as the fight or flight response, with which your body prepares you to either run away or fight against the danger. Emotional responses, on the other hand, vary from person to person, as fear involves some of the chemical reactions in our brains that positive emotions do. Some people thrive on extreme sports and scary movies, and on the contrary, others avoid fear at all costs. You can say that fear protects us from harm and danger, but it can also become the cage that hinders our growth. Today, we teenagers are taught to be cautious all the time. Don't do anything dangerous, be careful, don't mess up. Parents scold us for bad grades. Society warns us that failure isn't an option. We are constantly being watched, judged, and compared to others. And this creates a silent fear in us, the fear of making mistakes, of being different, of not fitting in. And that fear creates a cut in the heart that bleeds in every similar circumstance. Statistics show that 1 in 4 teens experience severe fear of public speaking. 8.3% of adolescents and 17% of youth have social anxiety. This fear causes many opportunities before we even had the courage to seek out. My incredibly smart and creative friend, Enirna, is full of life-transforming ideas that can help change our world. When I suggested her to join today's TEDx event as a fellow speaker, she refused because she was afraid of the stage. Personally, I was also a victim of fear. I used to be terrified of fire, knives, dogs, and especially of socializing with strangers. I was afraid of trying new things because I worried of being judged and unable to do it well enough as people around me expected. For a long time, I thought I was weak for being afraid of so many little things. But the moments that really changed my view of fear happened 2 years ago during summer vacation. I had just started horseback riding with my dad, and we would gallop together side by side. He led the way, and I followed. On one cloudless sunny day, we were galloping together as usual, but then my dad's horse had a shock out of nowhere, and my dad, as the great man he is, dismounted and calmed it down. However, he dropped the leather leash that he was holding to keep my horse in place, and he got scared and ran away with me. My brain and body froze instantly. I closed my eyes, fearing for my life. But then I remembered what my dad told me to stop the horse. Hold the reins as hard as you can and pull with all your might. And so I opened my eyes. I grabbed the reins that were flying all over the place, and I pulled with all my strength. I closed my eyes again to concentrate on pulling, and surprisingly, the horse stopped. I opened my eyes in relief and began to cry. Later, I learned my horse had been heading toward a ravine and up to a cliff. If I hadn't stopped it, I could have been seriously hurt or worse. That day, I realized a truth. Fear is not your enemy. It is your mentor. Take the British adventurer, writer, and survival expert Bear Grylls. He's a man of the wilderness with his extreme escapades. To many, he seems fearless. But he once said that being brave isn't the absence of fear. Being brave is having that fear, but finding a way through it. Another powerful example would be the movie Life of Pi that tells the story of Piscine molitor, Pi Patel, a young man who survives a shipwreck and spends 227 days at sea with the Bengal tiger named Richard Parker. Pi overcame his fear of dying and getting eaten by the tiger and actually lived in harmony with Parker. Pi overcame his fear, but he did have his fear before, and he overcame it. Well, what I wanted to tell you with these examples is that fear comes from the unknown. Whenever we face a new environment, a new challenge, or uncertainties, the feeling of uneasiness naturally leads you. But remember, fear is not your enemy. It is an alarm that tells us that we are coming out of our comfort zones. Overcoming your fears takes practice and patience. Here are some of my strategies that saved me and can help you in the future as well. Number 1, acknowledge your fear, not hide. Hiding your fears will only make it worse. Try naming it as precisely as you can. A research by Dr. Katerina Kurkansky and colleagues, published in the magazine Nature Neuroscience in 2012, shows that clearly writing your fear out on a piece of paper or saying it out loud reduces the brain's reaction to fear by 30%. The precision deprives the mystery of your fear. Number 2, develop an immunity against it. Start with tiny challenges. Tell the waiter yourself they want a new cup of tea rather than asking your parents for help. Speak up once in class. Try something new even if you're not perfect at it. Every small win builds confidence. A Harvard study led by researchers at Harvard-affiliated Massachusetts General Hospital in 2018 shows that 8 weeks of fear training improves the brain's tolerance to fear by 40%. Remember, we are not eliminating fear. We are simply developing an immunity against it. Number 3, the 4-7-8 method. Whenever you feel fear conquering your body, try the 4-7-8 breathing method. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold it for 7 seconds. And exhale for 8 seconds. This regulation activates the vagus nerve, that is a major component of the parasympathetic nervous system that switches your body from fight or flight mode to rest and digest mode. Number 4, prepare yourself. Whether it's public speaking or an important interview, being prepared can significantly reduce your anxiety and stress. Be well informed of your materials. Imagine a possible situation and practice your answers. This way of pre-exposure desensitizes you to anxiety triggers. The more you are exposed to a feared situation, the less you are intimidated. Number 5, talk about it, whether it's with a friend, parent, teacher, or counselor. Talking about your fear to somebody helps you feel less alone. We're all afraid of something. You'll be surprised how many people understand what you're going through right now. So, to every teenager listening, especially to my super incredibly smart friend Anita, fear is not a wall. It is a locked door that you have to chisel out the key from the ground. It's not impossible, but it does require effort. Growth, it's awkward, it's messy, it sometimes involves crying in your bedroom at 1 a.m. But remember that you have a much more important task ahead than shivering in fear. Thank you.